good, everybody? I'm Johnny Danger.
Jesse Wheeler.
And we are
the Dangerous
Dudes. We're on the road in Canada, as Michael Scott would say. And man, things are different up here. Got orange Walmarts. We've got
grocery stores called Winners.
Got grocery stores called Winners.
I think it's a grocery store.
Yeah. The price on timber's still high. That's about all we know so far. But we're headed to the Oasis show, Rogers Stadium tonight in Toronto. Pretty stoked for that. I made sure to leave my passport at home, so we had to turn around and drive an extra
3 hours.
3 hours in total, but
we're cutting it close. But we're gonna make it.
Nobody's perfect, right?
I'm putting in a phone call to the Gallagher brothers just to hold back.
Yeah, they're gonna push their set time back 15 minutes. Was the last word.
We're gonna get there just in time for Cage the Elephant.
Yeah,
so
it's gonna be a good time.
Cool. Yeah,
beautiful weather. Great night to see one of the most legendary, infamous rock and roll bands in recent memory, and never thought that this reunion would actually happen, but it's happening, and we are here for it. So we'll be bringing you as much footage as we can without getting sued or taken off of YouTube. Everybody's got to be careful with that, with copyright and stuff. We'll bring you some footage and kind of show you around the place and see it from our vantage point. But we're stoked. I've got a good feeling this is their first show of their North American
leg. Yeah. So it'll be fun. A beautiful day, beautiful night. It's outdoor, rain or shine. So we need the shine. We need more shine than rain.
That's right.
For sure. So thank you to
the weather gods.
Yeah, the weather gods for sending us good shine. Yeah, that's nice.
To park 5 miles from the venue. Couldn't miss that shit.
We never talk about the
Yes, sir. 2120.
Throw it back to you. By now you should have somehow realized what you got to do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now.
All right, what a ride it was. Literally.
Trip to remember, that's for sure.
Yeah, we will be telling stories about this one for a long time. But man, Oasis did not disappoint.
They were tremendous. The sound was unbelievable. Like how loud but like perfect the mix was. It was really, really dynamite.
Yeah, and like seeing Noel and Liam on stage together, I'm a die-hard Oasis fan. And it was something that I never thought was ever going to be possible again. So just a moment like that was just very sobering. The show was amazing. Like Jesse said, the sound was incredible. It was at this new venue called Rogers Stadium, not Rogers Center, but Rogers Stadium in Toronto. And it's this temporary, massive concert venue that we've never seen anything quite like before. It's just this kind of staged 50,000 plus capacity building, open air. That is in the middle of like an airport hangar field. And when we got there,
not easy to get to, put it that way.
Not easy to get there, and not a lot of clarity as to like where to go, how to get there.
So we're driving around. We're using Apple Maps. It takes us to what it says is Rogers Stadium, which is basically a parking lot at a different venue nearby. We can see the stadium from there, but we can't find parking. There's no parking lots labeled. There's security guards everywhere, or at least people wearing security vests.
Right.
And every single one we went up to said either ask the next guard, when we said, where are we supposed to park? How do we get to the stadium? Said, ask the next guy, or the best one was,
I don't know.
The best one was the last girl. We found a parking spot on a street, which I kind of had a feeling we weren't supposed to park there. But before we left, I wanted to confirm that. And I was like, are we allowed to park on the street? She says, I don't know. And I'm like, do you know where there is any actual paid parking? She said, no, I don't know. And I'm like, well, what do you know? She said, all I know is that you can't park in this lot that I'm guarding. That's it. I'm like, that's it. That's all you know? She's like, pretty much. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, all right, thanks.
Yeah, my one assignment tonight was to let people know you can't park here. It's like, okay. And the spot that we pulled up to said, park at your own risk. It's like, well, what's the risk? Like, is the risk a ticket, or is the risk we come back after the show and our car's not there? Because I'm not willing to take that risk.
Right. We found a police officer finally that was helping direct traffic in this area. And he was like, don't park there, you'll get towed. He tells me where to go park, which I park, which ends up being basically 2 miles from where we were. I had to hike back and find you, which I needed you to send me your GPS location because it was insane. But I found you. Then we're like, how do we get into the stadium? He's like, just keep walking straight ahead. And at that point, we walked straight ahead, and there's a fence with barbed wire that I didn't think we could get over and get into. And we meet some British people. We're like, are you guys going to the show? And they're like, yeah. We're like, do you know how to get there? Like, not really.
Right.
And we're like, okay. Like, I guess we're just going to keep walking up this road and figure it out. And we walked another mile at least.
Yeah.
Found the way in finally, which the place was cool when we got there.
Yeah, and like at that point, we were following them, and then they were following us.
Yeah, we became the leaders quickly. Yeah. We were like the seasoned veterans. We had been there for an hour trying to figure it out, and we just took control of the situation. And these people from England started following us, which is kind of ironic, but speaks to how difficult this venue is. If you're going to a show there, be warned. Allow yourself 2 hours to park and get in.
Right. So here's the issue. When you have a venue that seats 50,000 plus people, and you only have one means in for the main route for all those people and one means out, you're going to have issues. Because we got there so late. The reason we got there so late is because yours truly, Mr. Genius, left his GD passport on the counter right next to where his keys and wallet usually are.
So we're almost to Rochester. We're having a conversation about something completely unrelated to passports or anything like that. And you're like, I think I forgot my passport. And there was a crossover that you weren't supposed to do a U-turn at. And I'm immediately like turn over and I'm like, call your dad. We got to figure out if he's home, if he can get the passport and meet us somewhere. And the crazy thing about how this all worked out is that you call him, and of course he's willing to help. He goes to your house and gets it.
He's the best guy ever.
And ultimately saved the day. We were like, meet us in Corning, and you're trying to figure out as you're on the phone with them where to meet. And you're like, there's a rest stop just outside of Corning. Meet us there. And so we literally got to that spot at the exact same time as him. We could not have predicted the timing better. We were like an hour and a half away, and he's pulling in right as we're driving by, like, my dad's right there. There he is. And the timing becomes key, because all the bullshit driving around, trying to find out how we're going to even get into the stadium in the first place. We got in there, we got to our seats 10 minutes before Oasis started. We missed the opening act. We missed
Cage the Elephant.
Cage the Elephant. I'm sorry about that, but it is what it is. We got there. It was 8:33 because I had to go to the bathroom, and I'm like, I'm not waiting in this long line. I'll just hold it. Oasis went on at 8:45. If that timing of all that stuff doesn't work out, we missed the beginning. And the beginning of the show was really dramatic, you know? Like, they had like all the like press clippings about the brothers making up and getting back together, and like this whole band getting back together tour, like that nobody thought would ever happen, was happening. It was really great. It was really, really exciting. We got there just in time for it. And, we spent 8 hours in the car yesterday because of all of it, but we got there for what we were going, and we dealt with all the BS, figuring out how we're going to get in. And at one point I was like, as we're looking for parking and how we were going to even get in, I started getting this feeling like, maybe we should just give up and go to the hotel.
Right.
Like I don't know how this is going to happen. This feels like an impossible task. I don't get it. Nobody is willing to help us. I can't figure it out because people will be like, well, why didn't you just Google it? We did.
Yeah.
We looked up on Google Maps, Apple Maps. It was not helpful. We could not figure it out. Everybody's confused because they named it Rogers Stadium, and there's Rogers Center, which is where the Blue Jays play, where they also have concerts. So all the information online is all confused. And it made me feel good when we ran into a bunch of people. Like, we're not a bunch of morons. Everybody else was
what the hell is this?
Too. Like, how are we supposed to get in here? Where do we park?
The one thing I will say about all that, right? We're not bitching and moaning about the concert, Oasis, any of it.
Great.
They were incredible. It was just the organization of the venue and the surrounding areas were impossible. And the other thing is, Rogers Center is this temporary space. It's going to be torn down in like a couple of years. So they're really just using it for concerts and just to drive revenue. It's this huge open space building. Once we got in the building, it was fine.
It was awesome.
It was just getting there.
Our seats were great.
Our seats were great. But the one thing that I will say about all of it is everybody was in a good mood.
Yeah.
Like, it was good vibes. Nobody was bitching and moaning. We're kind of laughing about things like, do we go here? Like, I don't know. We'll follow these guys, and just laughing. People were trying to jump fences, and like, we saw people like after the show, like taking a leak, like in
everywhere, right out in plain sight.
Right. But it was just funny. And so that really lent itself to us just ignoring like all the hassle it took to get there and just having a great time.
If we thought getting in was difficult,
The getting out
was on
the most
another
unique experience I've ever had at any live event, sporting, concert, or otherwise. It was insane. And 3/4 of the way through the show, it went from this powdery soft,
beautiful night,
open air, wearing a performance hoodie, being plenty comfortable, to like, wow, look at these clouds over the stadium. It's almost like you could reach out and touch them, and all of a sudden those rain clouds reached out and touched us. 3/4 of the way through the show, the winds picked up and the rain started coming, and it was chilly, cold. We were waiting on our food. We put
ordered
in this order
from the
food.
seats, and we ordered a couple of beers and pretzels because we were starving. We didn't have time to eat before the show because of all the running around trying to find parking. And we decide, because the rain was coming out hard, so we go and find cover nearby where we were sitting. I was like, there's some cover over here. Let's just go over there. We can still hear the music. So we were gone 10 minutes?
Yeah.
In the 10 minutes,
2 songs.
We had put in the food 2 hours before that, waited 2 hours, it doesn't show up. We went 10 minutes, we're away. We come back to the seat, and the people sitting next to us were like, your beer and food came while you guys were away. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Son of a bitch.
Of course
At that point, I'm starving.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm like a pretty regimented, scheduled eater. I have my, my routine and whatever. But in this situation, it's different country, just different circumstances. I don't care. I'll take the salted pretzel and the beer and just be happy with it. And it was never coming, but it did come right when we left to get cover from the rain.
And then he was nowhere in sight after we were back.
Of course. So it was like, that's the way this night's going to go. Okay. But the silver lining was the band was amazing. The vibes were high. The people in the surrounding areas and our seats and our section were just absolutely stoked, pumped, singing every word to every song. It was amazing. As you can see by the footage, we had incredible seats. Liam Gallagher seemed like really pissed off about his monitor levels, that he couldn't hear anything. It seems like he was trying to get like wound up.
Once it started raining, it felt like he was home, because like they live in
England, yeah. And like there was this camaraderie aspect to it, like you're fighting through it, like the elements and whatever. It was a great time. It could have been more posh. Like we could have dealt without the rain. But that was like just the start of it, to be quite honest. The way out of that place was chaos.
So there was about 50,000 people at the show, right? Didn't you look it up?
Yeah, I think the final number that came in around 54,000 people.
It felt like as we were all filing out in the same place, that there was 154,000 people trying to leave at the same time.
Yes.
It was elbow to elbow. We could barely fit, and we were stuck. We were stuck in this line that at the time we did not know was like practically a mile long of people waiting to get on train, to use the public transit. We were trying to find our car. I had it marked on Google Maps, but like it was very, very difficult to get on the path to the car. So another hero of the day, a police officer on the other side of the barriers, sees us and senses that we need to get out of there because of your disability, and he's like, go up here, I'm going to open up this barrier and let you guys through to this path.
I was in my wheelchair. It helps. There's the wheelchair in the back. Lifesaver.
Right? He cleared out a bunch of people for us. We got on this path where we weren't stuck in all this people, and at this point we realized how long the line was.
It was unbelievable. Hundreds.
You can hear us talk about it. We are not exaggerating. It was thousands and thousands of people waiting to get on this public transit train, and they must have still been in line. The people that were in line next to us must have been in line at 3 a.m.
And then we get into the train station,
Yeah,
and we got to find our way to like the outlet because we're not going on the train. We need the outlet to like the street where the car is parked. And we had no idea. It was like this corn maze of hell.
It was definitely a maze. We had no idea how to get, like on the map, it's saying go this way. But I'm like, there's a building in the way. There's a train station in the way. I can't get through it. Then the second cop sees us.
The big guy.
The big dude. And he just starts mowing people out of the way.
I'd say he was NFL ready, 6'6", probably 230 pounds, strapping young lad. And just looked at us and said, like, right this. Barely even said anything.
He didn't even say anything. He just like pointed and just like, follow me.
And just started moving people out of the way. And just like he just hand signaled us, like, follow me.
And then
like,
he's like, you're not going on the train. We're like, no, we need to get to the parking lot on the other side. He's like, okay, clears out more way, gets us on an elevator. He's like, take this down. We end up going down too many floors. We're lost again. But then somehow we get back on the elevator, get to the right floor, and I'm like, oh, the parking lot's right there. I could see it out the door. I'm like, we're almost home free. So we're in this line. It took us at least an hour to walk out of there. At least an hour. And of course, we're starving. We're thirsty. We finally get to the car, get to the hotel. By the way, it seems like there's more construction in Toronto where we were staying than there is on 81 in Pennsylvania. Like, it was ridiculous. Apple Maps kept taking us to turn down a road that was closed because of construction, so we had to figure that out. And it was like, this is just a natural ending to the night. Finally get to the hotel, made some poor dietary decisions because we were starving. It's the first time I've eaten potato chips and Cheetos for dinner in a long, probably since I was in college.
I had a to-go turkey sandwich, a Mars bar, and a chocolate chip cookie.
I had a chocolate chip cookie.
Anybody that knows me knows that I'm probably not eating that ever, let alone at 1 o'clock in the morning before I go to bed.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I had some serious indigestion in the middle of the night, but still worth it. You know, things always look different with some perspective and like some time to digest. It's a great story to tell. Never let the truth get in the way of a good story. But all of this is true. All of this is true.
We'll never forget it.
We'll never forget it. We're thrilled to have brought you a front row seat to our experience to Oasis Live 25, the tour that never was going to happen happened. It was amazing. Had a spectacular time. Have some great stories to tell. And
I'll tell you who wasn't amazing is Stub Hub. That's a story for another day. Yeah. But we still got to see Oasis start to finish.
Had a great time.
We have some great memories.
The band was amazing. The show was amazing. The venue itself was pretty great. Just everything else surrounding it was chaotic and crazy. But it makes for a great story. So on that note, just want to thank everybody for tuning in. We've had some great comments recently from people that have been watching the show or sharing it with their friends or watching our reels or our shorts on YouTube. Thanks a million for everybody that watches this nonsense. We have a great time bringing it to you, and we're going to keep doing it. So stay tuned for the next adventure.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys. See you next time.